Hello everyone. So please, again, another QR code, so please scan it. And we'll try to answer your questions at the end of this talk. I start with a figure, 25%. 25% is the average share of the assets tied up in inventory for SMEs handling physical products. And it's often the largest. Inventory is a source of your income, but also can be a major driver of many of your expenses. So we can understand that inventory management is at the center of your organization. And knowing the true levels of your inventory is central for making right purchasing and sales decisions. But you can't take them to the next level if you ignore the importance of understanding the true value of your inventory. I'm Gauthier, business analyst at Odoo Luxembourg, and today I will show you with two simple configurations in Odoo, and by letting the system do the rest, you will have a more accurate view on the true costs of your products and therefore outperform the competition. And in Odoo 18, you will even have a better accuracy than ever. To showcase that, let's take an example. An example of a business owner who is a reseller of sports watches. And let's go even further, and we will call him Sam. Sam, owner of Move Distributors. And some may know this guy, indeed, but he's a reseller of sports watches. He has a company located in Brussels and has two warehouses. One that is based in Brussels, that he owns, and another one that he rents, a facility in Namur. This facility needs to handle handling charges whenever products enter the warehouse. He also needs to handle the products by lot because we received in a big batch of products and also have the same characteristics. But Sam wants to make a living out of selling his watches. So actually, how can he do that? He could sell it at big price on the one hand, but on the other hand, he could purchase also at low price. Buy low, sell high. That's a road to success, right? But actually, what's in between? Yeah, this is the watch that we'll talk about today. This is this one. Actually, there are a lot of situations, operations that can take place all over the place. Actually, you could transport the watches to the warehouse. You could also handle warehouse fees, but you could also have different operations taking place all over the lifetime of the watches within your inventory before selling them, like stock losses, or what about depreciation of inventory. Here today we'll try to answer some of Sam's questions in a demonstration. Actually, he would like to know the value of his inventory with a better accuracy and in real time. He also would like to know the true value of his watch and is it still profitable to sell the watch. But also, could he get insights on how to improve his cost management? Before going into the demonstration, I would like first to introduce some of the concepts. So actually, we need to track the stock and we need to value the stock. So to track the stock, we'll use the product form. On the product form, actually, you will need to configure product type as goods and a track inventory by lots. You know, this view has been revamped since Odoo 18. It's way more user-friendly. On the other hand, he needs to value the stocks. So actually, you need to go to the product category of the product and set your costing methods. I will not go into too much details today because it's a broad subject, but still, we will use the average costing method here. Actually, we will take into account all the purchase prices of the stock still in inventory, plus the related costs that could happen, like the shipping cost, administrative fees, and so on, via the landed cost. It's also another feature that I will discuss today, but not in too many details. But feel free to ask your questions at the end of the talk, of course. This costing method used will have an impact on the cost field of the product form. So actually, and I will show also later in the demonstration, you will have the amount that will be replicated on the product form from the left of your screen here. But Sam also wants to value the stock not only by product, but by lot. And actually, this is feasible in Odoo 18 with a new feature that is available on the product form. You can use this box or not. It depends on how you want to use it. For this demonstration, of course, I will use it because it's one of the purposes of this talk. But let's go into demonstration. So, as it's a new watch, remember, it's this one, he's trying to sell it. Actually, he does not have any stock, so we'll need first also to send emails to his current customers and to send quotations. And luckily he got an answer from one of his clients. So here, basically, a client came with a proposal of 10 units. The sale price that was sent by Sam was at 500 euros, which was the manufacturer suggested price, and he will use this price. On the other hand, he will also need to purchase, as I told you, he does not have any watch yet. He will buy 50 units. It's a lot for Sam, but he will get a preferential price of 300 if he will take 50 units. And there will be also transport costs. Transport costs that I will need to reflect within the cost of my watch. So let's go in the demonstration right now and just see on the sales, the sale order that has been sent, created by Sam, not already confirmed, but just sent to his customer, which is Champions Corner, one of the sports shop that is in relationship with him. So just 10 units, no cost at the moment, but we see that later as it does not have any stock still. And as I told you, we need to purchase to have a reflect on the product. On the other hand, on the purchase app, he already created a purchase order, an RFQ, that has been confirmed. 50 units, as you see, with transport costs. This transport cost, I will also, of course, reflect within my inventory, and I will show you later. Okay, fine. He got a sale, at least a quotation that we'll need to make it more concrete, and on the other hand, a purchase order. If I go back here on my operations, actually, it is the usual step from Sam. He will need to receive the truck deliveries. The issue here is that the warehouse in Brussels, it's limited capacity. He cannot get the full amount of the 50 units. It's nice, he got a nice price, but then he needs to split the deliveries, which is fine for the vendor. He will receive 25 units in one warehouse and 25 units within the other warehouse. So we will do that right now. And the transport cost of 1,000 will need to be reflected as well within the valuation. So here I will do the receipt. And I will receive actually the trucks already in my inventory. Here I will split, and it's a nice feature from Odoo 18, is that you can split your transfers before making and finalizing the first one. I will show you right now. And I did not tell you, but as well, the vendor must deliver in 2 batches, so I will have to create 2 lots, which is great because after I will be able to show you the valuation by lot, if you know. So lot A here, I will create it. And I will use this dented wheel, and I will just split it. Way more user-friendly than before. I am already splitting the order, the transfer, and you see on the right, on the chatter, a back order has been created. I will receive the first truck in my inventory of Brussels. So let's just validate. And I will go back to the purchase order. And here it is, a second receipt, but before even making the first one finalized. I will go in the receipt and change here the operation type, because as I told you, I cannot receive at the same place. So I will need to change at the global facility of Namur that I'm renting over there. Here I will change it. I don't need to change the quantity. It's already set with the remaining quantity, and I will use a second lot. It's just the lot number that I received from my vendor. I will create it here manually, and I'll validate. Perfect. Easy to do, as you have seen here. But there has been an issue, and you will see it's chaotic, this delivery. 10 euros increase has been applied by the vendor due to production issues. My purchase order has already been created, so I will not change under the purchase order because it has been validated. I want to keep the purchase price of 300 on one side. So I will have to use the bill that I received from my vendor. If I go back with the breadcrumb on the purchase order, you may have spotted it before. I have already a vendor bill smart button created. Actually, I already received the vendor bill from Chorus, which is my supplier here. And you see a 310 euros per unit has been applied, and also the transport costs. You see a small here box that has been ticked. Actually, this is the landed cost that will impact the valuation of my product thanks to this feature. As I told you, I will not go into too many details for this landed cost feature. And here, I will create the landed cost for the transport cost. So I will go there, and actually here, I need to impact my 1,000 euros under my two transfers. Those are equally spread, 500 euros. So I will take on the transfer here, my two transfers I need to target. I can see the purchase 15 here. I know by heart, of course, because I repeated it a lot before. I will just use it here, the number 15. And I will select both of the transfers. And I will just validate here. You see the valuation button. I won't go into details at the moment. I will keep it for the end. As I told you, it's just the usual operation from Sam. No valuation taken into account at the moment for him. Okay, so I'll go back here. And as I told you, the warehouse in Namur, it is a rented facility. So I need also to impact this fee under not both of the transfers, not on both of the truck deliveries, but only in Namur. We can do that, of course. So I will go now into my invoicing application, and I will already create a vendor bill from my global facility supplier, which is the warehouse that I rent the storage. I have not received the vendor bill at the moment, but I will still create it in draft just to be able to impact those 500 euros. So I go in the vendor bill here, and I will create a new one. I will just use here global facility Namur, and I will use warehouse handling charges. I have not created it yet in the database. That's not an issue. I will just create it as a service. At least it's now saved and ready for the next vendor bills that I would create. And I will use the landed cost checkbox also. And I will use 500 euros, which is the handling charges from Namur. I will use just a bill date, and I'll just save here. And I will just create the landed cost without confirming the vendor bill. Okay, same process here. Just I need to be careful, of course, because I need to target the right transfer, which is in Namur here. Okay, and I validate, and that's done. Okay, we are almost over with Sam's operations, but of course, I told you it's chaotic, and actually, from the first lot number A with 25 units, one was broken. So he got an arrangement with a supplier, he will receive a credit note, but he still wants to apply the valuation at the right moment. So I will just do an inventory adjustment for this decrease of storage. I will go in the inventory application, operations, and physical inventory. And I will here target the lot A and put just 24 units. And I just apply, gone, easy. You know, again, no valuation at all for some. Okay, now that we have done everything that you wanted, I want to show you what happened within the valuation dashboard. I'll go in the inventory application, reporting, and check the valuation dashboard. And here you can see on the Chorus Force 2, a unit value of 16,000-ish euros. You can see also the total of your inventory valuation at the bottom of the page. Which is also interesting now with Odoo 18, is that as I tick the box for the product, the watch Chorus Force 2, I can also value by lot. And I see the valuation between my lot A and my lot B. And you see there is a difference of valuation between both of them. I will just here stay within the inventory valuation dashboard. I will just show you on the product lot serial numbers what happened as well. First, let me just open another one. Just show you on the product Chorus Force 2 what happened. I have now a cost of 330.2 euros, which is the valuation for the full product at the right moment with the whole quantities. On the other hand, on the lot serial numbers, I have two lots. If I enter the first lot, you see now 3 new fields that appeared because I ticked the box for the product Chorus Force 2. You see the total value, average cost, and the cost of this specific lot at 320 euros and not 330 euros as the main product. And it's the same for the lot B here. You see another cost for this specific lot. So if I go back here, let's see what happened within the valuation layers. So here, any record, any line, it's actually an operation that had an impact within the valuation of any of the products. Here, if you see the first 2 lines for each lot, it's actually the purchase price of 300 euros that was impacted. And then, I forgot one thing. I will go in the invoicing application and validate the vendor bill. If you remember here on the Chorus, here I did not confirm actually the vendor bill. So at the right moment, the 10 euros increase was not impacted because I did not confirm at the moment the vendor bill. I will just confirm. I forgot the bill date. And there you go, it's done for from the purchase order 15. If I go back to my stock valuation, I will just refresh it here. I now see not 6, but 8 valuation layers that had an impact. So as I told you, the purchase price initially at 300, but also the price increase of 10 euros. And if you remember, the first impact of the transport cost there, and also the impact of the warehouse rental fee under this valuation layer, under the landed cost number 3. So you see everything is there for you to see which which cost had an impact on each lot. And also something that is new in Odoo 18 is that you can adapt the valuation layer. Imagine you have a depreciation of watches, like you have watches that stayed too long in your inventory, maybe they got depreciated as well. You could do it manually by just checking a box here, action, and adjust the valuation. I will not do it in this case, but that's possible since Odoo 18. Okay, so we've seen the product, the impact on the product, the impact of the valuation layers. Now I'm able to sell this watch. So I will go on my sales order number 10, which is still in quotation form, and I will confirm. Check what happens under the cost field here. I have now the cost that was related to my product. At the moment, I have not targeted any lot, so it's just the actual value of the full product for the stock remaining in my inventory, of course. I will deliver and I will target the lot number A. It's already reserved because I chose under my operation type a reservation process for a FIFO method. So here I will still use the lot number A, and I will validate. And I will go back to my sales order to see the impact in my sales order line. Let's go back to with the breadcrumb on the sales order and see that the cost has been changed based on the value of my lot number A. This is totally new also from Odoo 18 because this is the feature that was just released right now. Okay, so we have seen also how you can impact the sales and just see the real margin for the lot that you will choose. But I have one more thing to show you. I will go in the dashboard application. It's not a new application you have seen in the keynote of Fabien or other talks, but this dashboard application will allow you to leverage the data that you have and to let them speak by themselves, actually. So I will go here in the dashboard app. I go back, I stay in my database, and I will use the dashboard application. If I go there, here, you will see different things. So actually, I built on my own those dashboards. It's pretty easy. I'm not a really technical guy at all. My colleagues can concede it, of course. But here, actually, I built with different fields already in the system, and I'm just using them to show what I want to see, actually. Here, if I go to the expected margin by product, you can see with the unit values that we have taken into account and calculated with the receipt, with the landed cost, I calculated actually a budgeted margin for the remaining stock in my inventory. I can see now, before creating a sales order, what I will do as a sales margin. Not only by product, of course, because now I can also do it by lot. And by lot, just below, you can see also a different value, a different margin based on the lot you will use. If I take the example of the Chorus Force 2 here, you have the lot A and the lot B. I can see beforehand which one will get me the best sales margin. I am not supposed to create a sales order and to see and to make the validation of the delivery. I can see beforehand. This is really powerful. Okay, you see inventory valuation can be a game changer. So get it right and you free up cash, make better decisions, and you will set your business up to grow. Thank you. And actually, this is the QR code that you can scan, and I'll try to answer the questions.
Hello. So we have 2 questions on the pad so far. Everyone should feel free to write more questions as they like. So the first question is it possible to generate a report of inventory value at date by location?
Sorry?
Is it possible to generate a report of inventory valuation at date by location?
No. This is not, I don't think it's possible because actually the data is not stored within the location, actually.
And then the next question is, when we validate a picking with lot and serial numbers, it creates the valuation as well. And is there a limit to how many serial numbers or lots can be within one picking when doing?
There is no limit actually. Here it was an easy case, but there is no actual limit as far as I know actually. It's coming.
Yes, they're all coming in. Does Odoo 18 allow to make a stock move in the past?
Sorry?
I'm not quite sure if I understand this question, but does it allow to make a stock move in the past?
Okay. If we can, let's say, backport for the data already in the system. That's a good question. Maybe if the person is there, we can discuss later.
If they're present, yeah.
Yeah, you can come later to talk to me. So many questions?
Yes. Here's another one. What is the...
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. What is the margin blocked on sales when using Abaco?
What point is margin blocked on sales?
If the cost change.
No. The margin won't change. So if you validate a sales order of an invoice, it won't update your the margin that you applied. I don't know who asked, but no. This one, no? Yeah.
Could you mention more about the accounting part of the valuation?
The accounting part. That's actually good questions. I don't know who asked it, but it's a really good question. Actually, no. Here, the purpose of the tool was really based on the operations and to see the value actually of making the inventory valuation within your system. But yeah, indeed, the step beyond is to make to use the accounting, either automate it within Odoo or just do it manually. But indeed, after you can, with the valuation, make the balance sheet, all the reports, all the accounting reports that you need to do. You would be able, of course, to do it. Here, I just stayed within the operations, but the step after is to use the accounting, of course.
This is another good question. So, if you transfer a lot from one warehouse to another warehouse, will the valuation of the stock be updated correctly as you transfer between warehouses and then to the customer?
Yeah. I'm not sure I understand correctly and I will answer correctly. So if the value stays after transfers, I would say yes, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. They just told to us and maybe come to the inventory booth to have a clear and concise answer. So many questions, right?
Yes, and they're all coming in real time. So
yeah. Can you extract a non-moving list from Odoo? I don't get this point. If I generate a lot for every receipt with average costing method, could basically, yes, it would like mimic a bit FIFO, indeed. That's correct. If you have all the time another lot and you just make a receipt, it's kind of the FIFO. If again you use the valuation on the product form.
Yeah, just
one question. How to know sale or the margin only bought delivered quantities? Yeah, indeed, it's not on the delivered quantity. So if you deliver partially, it may be still a blocking point, but we would need to check as well. I think